Cambridge Advanced Level Mathematics here. In this video, we want to deal with the addition and subtraction of two complex numbers. Of course, those of you who might have watched our previous videos, we dealt with the introduction of a complex number, we dealt with the modulus, we dealt with the argument of a complex number, and we were able to plot complex numbers on an Argand diagram. But in this video, we want to deal with the simple operation of addition and subtraction. I said simple because that's exactly what it is. So I do have here on the board two complex numbers, Z1 and Z2. Z1 is equal to 8 plus 6i, and Z2 is equal to 3 minus 2i. Now, we know that a complex number has a real part and an imaginary part. For Z1, this is the real part, and this is the imaginary part. And for Z2, this is the real part, and this is the imaginary part. Now, this and that are not the same quantities. And so if we are going to add two numbers or two complex numbers or subtract one complex number from the other, we cannot subtract this from that or add this to that, because these are unlike terms, if you like. Neither can we add this to that. This is real and this is imaginary. And so the operation of addition and subtraction involves us combining the real parts together and the imaginary parts together. Now, having said that, let's see what Z1 and Z2 is going to give us. So Z1 plus Z2 is equal to, we combine our real parts. We have 8 here and a 3 here. So it's going to be 8 plus 3. Let's put it in brackets. What about the imaginary part? We have a 6 here and a minus 2 there. So we are going to add, let's put our I outside. We're going to add a 6 plus minus 2, which is 6 minus 2. Simplifying, we get 8 plus 3, it's 11. 6 minus 2, it's 4i. So Z1 plus Z2 is equal to 11 plus 4i. Okay? And what about Z1 minus Z2? So Z1 minus Z2, again, we collect our imaginary parts. So we have 8 minus 3, which is equal to 5. Then we have 6 minus 2. So it becomes a 6 plus 2. Then we have here 6 plus 2 is 8i. That is the difference between Z1 and Z2. Let me just write in red here the two quantities we have obtained. Let's call this one, what can we call it? Let's just call it Z3. So the sum of this one and that one. So let's call this Z3. I'll put it up here. Z3, we found 11 plus 4i. And this, let's call it Z4, which is the sum, the difference. Z4 is equal to 5 plus 8i. Now, I'm doing this because I just want us to see the relationship on an Argand diagram of all these complex numbers. So I will clear this and leave our Z4 and Z3 so we can plot them. So first of all, here is my Argand diagram. Remember, we plot complex numbers not on the XY plane, but on the Argand diagram, where this is the real axis and this here is, oh, my line is crooked, it doesn't look straight, does it? Let me try and make it straight as I can. It looks a little bit slanted going upwards. It's got a slope. Okay, so eyes and horizontal slope. Okay, so there we are. That's my real axis there, and that would be my imaginary axis. So let's say this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 maybe. For y, this would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8. And here we have a minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8. Where do we plot Z1? Z1 will plot its 8 along the real axis and 6 along the imaginary axis. So my point representing Z1 will be somewhere there. So this will be my Z1. Let me do that. Oh, my lines are not very, okay. That will be your Z1. What about my Z2? My Z2 is 3 along the real axis and minus 2 down. So it is, perhaps we should find some other color. So that will give us 3 horizontal, which is somewhere here, and minus 2 along this direction. So that gives me my Z2 on the Argand diagram. All right. Now we need what does Z1 and Z2 combine to? They combine to 11. Oh, all right, we'll try fit it. 11 plus 4i. So 11 plus 4i, if only we can find a green here. A green, well, that looks like a green there. I'll plot it in green. So my Z3 will be 11 going this way, which would be perhaps there somewhere, and 4 up. So it's there. So this now represents my Z3. This one here. Now I'll plot the last one in black, which is our Z1 minus Z2. Z1 minus Z2 is this one, which is 5 horizontal, which is somewhere here, and 8 up. 5 and 8, so that will be there somewhere. So now this is my Z4. Okay, so those are the two sum or difference of Z1 and Z2. Z1 minus Z2 gives us that. Z1 plus Z2 gives us the green one. This is Z1, this is Z2. I just wanted us to practice plotting complex numbers on an Argand diagram. So until then, when we see you in the video on multiplication and division of complex numbers, take care and